Welcome back to the channel. I got something I want to share with you, what we're going to do today. It's a real easy task. I'm just going to loosen this 1/2-inch bolt, like so, and this 9/16 bolt, like so, and then just push the alternator down, like so. Now all I'm going to do is loosen the 6 bolts on this bottom pulley. Then I got something to show you. Now that we're out of the frigid deep freeze outside, I got the bottom pulley off, just the 6 bolts like I said I was going to do. This is all part of inching drag truck into the 7s and the 8th. If you remember, it ran at 827 last time up. My last video was about the manual brakes. This is just another follow-up video. Small, just a couple of small changes, hoping to make the difference. This right here is a bottom crank pulley, small block Mopar. It is made by CVF Racing. They machine these right up in Minnesota, you know. All those Hanyaks. I bought their product before and I have always been super happy. They also include the slotted pulley here because some just require it. Depends on what harmonic balancer you have. So it's nice that they do that too. Comes with these bolts. Take an Allen wrench, but you don't have to use them. You can use your other ones. How is this going to help drag truck just inch? Now I'm going to make this sound much bigger than it is. It's not as big as it's going to sound, but I have to cover what's truth, right? So the truth of the matter is, the first thing people think of is the size around it's an underdrive. Well, true, but it's more than that. I have here one of the lighter pulleys I've seen, the air conditioned ones. I've seen 4 pulleys out to here and they're super heavy. But even this 2-groove bottom pulley, turn around, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. 2.45 pounds. CVF Racing pulley, 1.14. That's just about 1.25 pounds off the crank. For you guys that want to measure in grams, 1,113 grams for this one. 518 grams for this one. So that's almost 600 grams lighter. You know, people will shave their rods, pistons, crank, all the rotating assembly to get it lighter for a quicker rev. It's not just about the underdrive, or you're turning your water pump and alternator slower. It's also about how much weight you're taking off the rotating assembly. If you wanted to measure the underdrive of it, I could measure around here with a tape real quick and measure that just to let you know. All right, I'll do it. So you can see, and we have about 16 and 3/4 is what it come out to be. See, 16 and a half, 16 and 3/4. And this one is 20 and almost a little over 20 and a half. A little over 20 and a half. There you have it. Not only do you turn the water pump and alternator slower, which helps your quick revving, you also took over a pound off the crank, which helps with quick revving. So when you start to put it like this, people are like, wow, over a pound off the crank. A pound and a quarter is approximately. You took a pound and a quarter off the crank, plus you're turning the water pump and alternator slower. That's going to make a big difference. It's not like you're going to take 300 pounds out of the vehicle or nothing, but it's every bit helpful. Alrighty, the installation is complete. You can see it down there. Alignment is just spot on. Come around here to the other side. A couple other things I want to point out is most of the time when you do this swap, you'll have to get a shorter belt. I did not, because I was already all the way down on my low adjustment, because the belt was just a hair short to begin with. So when I slid it about 80% all the way up this way, it tightened up. So in my case, I didn't have to buy a belt. Usually you'll have to buy a belt, a shorter one. Another question that usually pops up is, what about your charging? At a dead stone idle, yeah, your alternator gauge will be just a hair on the discharge side, but the very second you idle it up 200 RPMs to go to take off, it's right back where it needs to be. And then what about the overheating? Well, you're not going to overheat it going down the road. I guess I wouldn't let it idle for an hour on a 100-degree day just to see what it would do, but I've never had an issue with them. I got the same thing on my 318 Duster right now. It's been on there for a long time, so I just haven't found the issues. So to me, it's all gain. Lighter on the crank, under driving the water pump and the alternator. It's got to help, doesn't it, guys, gals? It's got to work in my favor. I mean, thanks again for joining me. I'm gonna go get warm.